Hi, I'm Verusca and welcome to my channel. It's February, the month of love. Love is in the air. I am a little bit late and I do apologize. I have a little accident on the start of the month. And then now we are having the awards on the weekend, the first industrial award for cake decorators in Australia. And I got nominated for 4 categories. So my phone has been crazy. I have been giving interview a whole last week. So I'm very late, I know, but I wanted to share this design that I created many years ago. I used to travel all over the world teaching this design, and I want to share with you how easy it is. It's a simple structure, but you can stack almost anything. But because it's the month of love, we are stacking hearts today, and as you can see here, you can have side to side, or one up and one on top of the other. We can have the one single one, or you could even stack your cake on top of a skull if you're into tattoo or pin-up girls. So it's a great design. I absolutely love all these things about. So I want to share with you. Enjoy the video. Please don't forget to follow us. Leave your comment and what you wanted to see next. Don't forget to press the bell and share my video with another friends of yours, because that's how we keep it going and we keep growing. So thank you so much for your support. Enjoy the video. Cake is the thickness of our dough. It's gonna decide this is very important for a lot of reasons. The thickness of the wood support more weight. So you have to decide the thickness of the wood, and depends on the thickness of the wood is when you're gonna select your tip, your hole drill, to make the hole on the board. So if it's a 18, or if it's a 16, or if it's a 22, it's up to you what you're gonna use. Then of course a very important part on this cake are our spacers, and these little spacers that we use to support the weight of the cake. So if you're using a 22, you probably will have to make the spacer yourself, like you can see on the video there, me making the spacer. And it's very easy. First I drill the hole with one of these hole saw, we call. You can get these little kits with 4 pieces. I even saw another kit with 12 holes. They really cheap now on the market, so, and they're really good. So you can you first mark with your hole saw, and then after you mark, you use your hole drill, and you make the hole on the center. And then after you took the hole from the center, you finish it off with your hole saw. And then you ended up with this nice spacer. And what I like is because it's much smaller in circumference than the metal ones. But of course it's a lot more work to do. But so that's the reason why, if you ask me why do I make my own spacers, is because I cannot find nothing that goes through the hole, only for the 18. For the 18 wood dowel it goes perfect, but for the 22 millimeters I have to make myself. So that is the difference right there. For this heart that we are making today, I could easily just use the 18 millimeters wood dowel. With this space would be fine. But the top of our heart is very small, so I really wanted something a little bit more delicate, and I also wanted to be able to cut a little bit, shave a little bit my wood to the shape I want. So I'm going to use this one that will do my work. So saying that, now it's time to decide on the board. The board is very important. If you buy from your hardware store the 9mm or 10mm boards, Alright, it's perfect because you can make the hole on the center with your drill bit and you will have no problem. It will hold the weight perfectly there and you have absolutely no problem. But if you can't find or you don't know how to cut round boards, you can watch my video about how to cut your board. So if you can't access the thicker board, you can get away with just your normal masonite board, or if I've been getting now from my local Kmart these placemats. I can get the placemats now sometimes for 15 cents, so you can't beat this price. It's really cheap. This one was $1. So you can use just your normal masonite board that you get from the cake shop, or you can even get these placemats from Kmart. They are gorgeous, actually. They come with lots of different designs. Even that one, look, from on Christmas, was absolutely gorgeous. I go to my second-hand shop sometimes and I get the old style, and look, they're really good. If you can save some money there on the board, go for. I'm all about saving money and saving time, and the cake will not be in contact with the board, so there's no reason why you can't use a normal board. So when you decide on the board that you're gonna use, then it's time to make the hole in the center. So using the masonite, because you can't find the 9 or 10 millimeters board thick, you can literally make the hole all the way. So in this case, I made the hole all the way to the board, as you can see here. And now I'm going to hot glue this board on the other board. And I just glue the two boards in position. And voila, you have your 10 millimeter board that you need. So now I'm gonna make a little hole in here, right on the middle. So then I know where is the center of my board there. And I'm just gonna make a little hole at the back. And I'm just taking a little bit. The reason why I'm doing that is because when I put in my screw, I want it to be flat with my board. I don't want it to be scratching the table. And I can even put a little masking tape there, just to make sure that the screw is not scratching any table. Now that we have everything prepared, I'm going to put a little bit of hot glue there and put my wood dowel right at the center there. The hole there on the wood dowel. And so as you can see, the nail is inside. Just in case, you can put just a sticky tape or something there, just to make sure that it will not scratch any table, nothing. Okay, so another important thing is, of course, to take in consideration the position of your hearts. You know, how you're gonna have your hearts. Are you gonna have two hearts, one on top of the other, like that? Or you're gonna have just one heart, like that? Or maybe you want to go sideways, like this one, and you want to put one heart on the side, like that. Even the shapes of the heart probably is a little bit different. Maybe you want a complete different shape of heart, but basically the most important to understanding here is gravity, of course. So because we're going against gravity, we will need a little bit of styrofoam at the bottom to support the weight, so it will be almost like our platform. And because the styrofoam is quite strong, so it will support a lot of the weight there, all this weight. And then of course we are going to use our trusty piping, the PVC pipe, to support the weight of the second cake. And that's why it was so important for us to learn how to understand why we need the spaces, and especially the circumference and the holes you have in the middle. So basically, knowing that, you know exactly where to cut your styrofoam to give you the support for your cake. And then the rest, basically, you are going to build on this cake exactly like I built the donut, the 3 donuts, and even the Hot Wheels. So it's basically a complete different structure, of course, but basically the same way. You're just going to stack the cakes one on top of the other, ganache, cover with your fondant, and you have this beautiful cake standing up. Of course, I have the hearts in here on a full shape because I wanted you to understand and visualize very well. But for the cake, really, all we need is the point. So even if you get a little square cake, a 6-inch square cake would be fine. And then, as you can see, the heart has a point there. So a 6 centimeters or even 7 centimeters from the bottom of the board to the top, it is a good structure for your cake. So let's go 7. And then you just mark and you just cut. You can cut with just with a serrated knife. So of course in my case I have my table saw, so I just cut it nice and neat. And now we have to make, of course, a hole in the middle, so it's near a beam, but there you go. Then you got the point of your heart with the hole there to insert. I got one of these soft cake boards, and I just put in the point of my heart in here and just trace. And now I'm just gonna cut it with a stainless knife. And nice and perfect. We're just gonna make a mark where I have to cut at the center. So, of course, after I cut the board there, I made the hole. As you can see, I sand it. Now I'm going to hot glue. And I always put the glue on the cardboard first, and you put it there. It's important to make sure that the PVC pipe goes through inside perfectly, alright? Because this PVC is going to slide, it will slide inside of the wood dowel. So it's very important that everything fits perfect now before you start putting the cake there. Basically, this is our structure for this cake. You have the point of your heart there, and of course we're going to insert the PVC pipe that will support the weight of your second heart, and then you put your second cake. So the height of the PVC, of course, is the height of the cake that you're gonna carve. Just hot glue the PVC to the styrofoam structure. Another thing is, because it is a heart, I wanted to make a little bit more round shapes. So I'm really gonna round some of these corners in here, because I want my heart to be very round and plump. So you just cut the corners with your stainless knife, and then you get your sandpaper. I'm going to use my PVC pipe to make here a hole my cake, I just cut my 10-inch caking tray, and then what you do is you slide there inside that PVC pipe. We'll continue with the next one. My cake is very cold, and this is my chocolate magic cake recipe. Voila, your cake is stuck there. And then what you do is you use your taint plate, put in front of the cake, and carve it around. Another way to cut this cake is to take the cake sideways on the board, and then you level first, of course. Then you put your taint plate in front of your cake, and you carve around. So this and then when you're happy with the shape, you can ganache it. So you can ganache standing up or lying down, it's up to you. I don't mind standing up because then I can do both sides in one go, but otherwise you have to ganache one side and then refrigerate, and then you ganache the other side. It's up to you. So I ganache both sides. I use my scrapers